Time for the local business spotlight on City News 570.
And we are joined this morning by Faisal Susiwala, broker of record with RE/MAX Twin City, Faisal Susiwala Realty. Faisal, good morning.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm very well as well, thanks.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. So let's talk about that market here, the real estate market in the region. What's the impact been of the most recent rate cut, Faisal, and what are you expecting through the fall season?
Well, we haven't seen the true impact of it. I think there's a little bit of a lag between so we've had 3 consecutive rate cuts, yet we haven't seen an uptick in the pricing. We are seeing some more activity. We're seeing some of those people that were sitting on the fence jumping in right now. We're also seeing some thoughtful decisions being made in that it may be better to buy now, maybe have a variable interest rate, pay a little bit higher in the interest, but save on the long term as far as a purchase price, because when rates go down, prices typically start going up. And coming into the fall, I think it will be about where we're at now, stable. Once the rates go down again by 1/4 or 0.5%, I definitely feel that we'll see a 3 to 5% price increase in the market.
It seems to me, Faisal, that anything we want, we can get online these days, including home evaluations. I've been seeing more ads for online home evaluations, but how accurate are they?
You know, they're good as a general guide, but they're not very accurate as they depend on algorithms. And those algorithms are based on data that might be there in a subdivision, in a postal code. The square footage on a previous listing may not include the finished basement. So certain things are out of there. And also, as we all know, purchasing a home is very subjective. It's an emotional. It feeds to the senses. And those things cannot be properly assessed via online evaluations. Now, having a specific evaluation or providing a realtor with the details so they can give you a general idea, a little bit closer to what accurate value would be, but nothing beats an in-home evaluation by a realtor.
Okay, we talked about what you're expecting through the fall market. What would you say for somebody who's thinking of dipping their toe into that market, Faisal? Should we be waiting to buy or sell until the spring?
So let's talk about selling. If you are selling your home and going into a rental property, or selling your home and retiring and never purchasing a property again, then this is not the right time to be selling your home. I would definitely wait until next spring, because we do expect the market to go up by at least 3 to 5% by next spring. So by that measure, if you're thinking of buying, this would be a good time to buy so that you're not paying that extra 3 to 5%. Now, if you're buying and selling in the same market, it's all relative. So if you get that extra 5% in the spring, you'll also pay that extra 5% when you're purchasing. So you're about even at that time.
It's always, there's never a dull moment in the market, really, is there?
No, there isn't. And we have to be willing to pivot based on what's happening in real time. So there is no one rule that applies in any given year or in any given month at this point at the rate we're going with the differences we're seeing in the marketplace.
You know, I've lost count of the number of people, Faisal, in the last several months that I've talked to, and you know, casually it comes around to real estate, and they talk about missing out on that chance to sell their home for $1 million at the peak of the market a couple of years ago during the pandemic. How much work do you have to do to remind people what an anomaly that really was?
Yeah, it's a constant reminder, but it's also, we have to reflect on the fact that, yes, those folks who sold back then at $1 million, unless they cashed out and never bought again, they did well, they did okay. But if they purchased again, they also paid a premium to buy again. So it was all relative.
Faisal, we always appreciate the perspective. Thanks very much for being here.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Faisal Susiwala is a broker of record with RE/MAX Twin City, Faisal Susiwala Realty. He was the #1 RE/MAX agent worldwide in 2023, and you can put him to work for you with a phone call to 519-624-5555 or visit his website at homeshack.com.
The local business spotlight, where your business comes first on City News 570.